Hello, YouTube. I'm just going to assume that this is live. You know what? We're just going to go on. No one's on here, so we're just going to go see if we're live. It says we are. Are you seeing anything? Oh, you are. It looks terrible. It looks absolutely terrible. But you're seeing something. Well, I'm just going to sit here and wait and see if people show up. Because I feel like I'm going to show this off to people and it doesn't matter. You know? If you are here, comment below, let me know so I can see if you're here. I'm just gonna drink a sparkling water. Yep. That's stuff. That's the stuff. I definitely need better lighting. That's gonna help me, but gosh, it's just fuzzy. It is fuzzy. At some point I need to upgrade to an actual, switcher. Which I believe. How much is it? $300. Is there an alternative? Oh, hey, I'll show you my screen share. There you go. Oh gosh, that looks terrible. Roadstreamer X. Video capture card. How many inputs do I need? I need 4 inputs. Not heard about you, Rode. What are you? It's got amps in it. How many inputs? How many inputs? 4K. See, I like that. I like that. How many inputs, though? 2 USB inputs with dual computer setups. How many inputs? Video inputs. Only 1 HDMI? That's not what we care about. We want more than 1 HDMI. See, I know you just left. The one I just showed you. This switcher. It's a little expensive, but it is amazing. It's perfect. It's everything I would need. I just don't have the money for it. So, if someone should just like buying this for me, that'd be cool. But either way, you get to deal with this terrible, grainy, low setup. Like I said, I think some lighting would help. It's not really lit for video right now. At least this shot is. I need to get another light set up probably here. A good key light. That's not a sunset lamp. But I like this shot. I feel like it'll crop well for reels. I'm gonna have to record external. I can't clip it from this view. This view is gonna be for live stream only, and it's. You know what? You know what you should do? You should just put it into an analog TV, put it through a converter, and then probably look sweet. And then you're not going to notice that it's terrible quality. Here's what I will show you, though. supposed to be showing an overhead GoPro right here. Okay, so I'll show you this. So, you can see me. This is going to be our sweet shot. So, you can watch us screen print. Let's get a different press on here. Blah, blah, blah. 6 color, 4 stations. I feel like that's cool. I feel like that's a cool shot. Going on. I wonder. No, that's not. Oh, maybe you are working and I'm just done. And I needed to enable it. Okay, so now you get to see on top of here a little overhead view. And we'll use this view for, you know, tie-dyeing, sketching. So we can go, okay, let's, man, I don't have a lot of blank pages left. Okay, hey, let's see. You get to see a couple of sneak peeks of some work I'm doing. I almost think we need to flip this, actually. Hold on, we're gonna flip you. There you go. Now you can see things right side up. You can see, again, we need better light, but you can see our designs, our sketches. We can sketch some stuff. We can tie-dye stuff on here. This is what this area is meant to do. It's going to be a tie-dye dual-purpose area. So that's kind of cool. I feel like that'll be a cool shot. Flip you, and then we need to put you down here. I feel like that's fun. I feel like you can, you know, if I'm over here, you can see a dual view. Oh, we could do a split view too. That'd be kind of fun. I need to plug in my webcam too. the Logitech is not showing up. So then device manager C is not showing up. I think we've got too many USB devices plugged in, and we're overloading our power. That's what I think's going on. So we're gonna do for now. Because I have a webcam set up, so you can see my stream, or you can see me talk while I look at stuff on my computer. That's what I'm thinking. We're just gonna do this for a second, just so you can see what I'm talking about. Ideally, you're gonna see my face talking about things, but that doesn't want to work. So yeah, I think I'm running out of power. I just lost a camera. What camera did I lose? No, it did. Yeah, I've got too many things plugged into USB. That's what's going on. So that's where, again, like I was saying, at some point, I'm gonna want a actual like switcher. Then, you know, if you've ever used an actual switcher, you'll know I want an actual physical switcher. Oh, that's what I'm trying to say. I'll have physical buttons too. Should be nice. But I don't have money for that. So we're just gonna start here for now. Have fun live streaming like this. It's not like anybody's watching, so who cares? But if you are watching, if anybody out there is watching, I'm gonna show you a couple things. A couple secret things we've been working on that I'm excited about. I'm gonna find my. Oh, hi, Kitty. But you guys get to see Kitty first. Hello. Come here. Come here. Hello. Sorry, the stairs are nice. Oh, good boy. Now you gotta come say hi to everybody. Yeah. Oh. They're not gonna even see you. It's so dark. It's so dark. Yeah. What do you think? Yeah, what do you think? Ooh. Yeah. You say hi to YouTube? Oh, good boy. Good boy. Yeah. Oh, good kitty. Good kitty. Sorry, cat break. Cat break. Alright, goodbye. Sorry, back to our regular scheduled routine. Where's my phone? I don't know where my phone's at. So I guess it doesn't matter. Alright, let me show you some stuff I've been working on. Let's get Illustrator open. No, I don't need any of this. Okay. A couple things I've been working on. And I'm trying to figure out how much I want to tell you about. I guess let's start with our rebrand. by rebrand, I mean I've been kind of oh my gosh, how do I talk? I've been semi-rebranded, but not officially. So the whole goal was once the studio is done that I can officially rebrand. So let me show you some of the things I've been working on. And we need to open one more. Get out of here. Need to open one more. Yes. You've probably seen. Let me find it. Let me find the main logo. Let's go to our branding elements. You've probably seen our main logo. It's this. I mean, it's up on our wall. You've seen this. Have I officially rebranded to it yet? Not technically. That'll be the first step. So this is the core of our logo. What does it mean exactly? Not too much. It just looks cool and it's fun and I like it. And the more I look at it, the more I like it. So it's a little more. I'm gonna do a whole video explaining kind of the rebrand process. But if you're familiar with New Union, when it first started out, I had a very, very different look. Very clean, very clean. I think clean was the look. That's kind of what I was into, my taste at the time. My taste has changed. And I've gotten way better at, my style has changed. Long story short, this is going to fit my new style way better than my old style. We've got this kind of text-ish going on. This whole brand is going to be very free-flowing. So, I mean, this is the main logo. The text logo, I don't know if I'm going to have one specific text look. I think we'll swap it up. You can kind of see some variations. This is one I just did, and I love this one. So, I don't need that. That's kind of a word mark with that's meant for like stamps and stuff. So yeah, it's kind of the vibe, the colors, you get all that. But the goal is when the studio is done to start printing and release a collection. So, this is going to go on a hoodie. This is going to be the front design. Just kind of doodled it. Literally, I think on a sticky note, which is honestly where a lot of my doodles start, along with this. But this is going to be the front. Hi, Kim. Hi. Yes. Sorry. This is going to go on the front. And then this, the colors aren't right. It's going to be kind of that. It's going to match these colors, one of these colors. Probably this kind of minty color. Minty seafoam. It's going to match that color. I've got to fill in a couple more slots here. But basically the whole idea, kind of what I was saying with Freeform logo, is that, I don't want it to feel too clinical with my brand. I want it to be recognizable, but at the same time, I don't want to put my logo on a shirt and have it feel like it's a golf outfit. Does that make sense? So there's branding there, but there's loose branding there. So I like that, the concept of the logo. You can see it here, the main one. You can see how it can kind of ebb and flow into a lot of different styles, a lot of different variations. this could almost be its whole new logo concept. Um, this one I made in paint, which I thought was fun. Um, that's not even really close to the logo, but it is. Same with that one. So it's kind of taking the concept, being creative with it, expanding on it, doing fun, different styles, and ebbing and flowing, and doing cool stuff with it, and having it still be New Union, but not have it be the same logo on everything. That's cool. So I'm really excited about that. It's gonna be cool. This is a fun one. I did it with Fruit Loops and made my logo, and then image traced it. So I think it's pretty sweet. All of these, you can see kind of the full version. All of these are intended that they could make their own separate product or separate print with just one of these logos. So like this one, for example, I'm gonna have a whole, I think a t-shirt or long sleeve, not quite sure yet. But it's gonna have a whole separate shirt with its own vibe. So you can kind of see, like, it's gonna be on blue. I already know the colors. That's gonna be the front. I gotta decide on, or wait, I can't remember where I'm gonna put things. I don't think it's decided yet. But this is all stippled and hand drawn, which I thought was fun. It's supposed to be very 90s Ocean Pacific-y kind of vibe, very surfy-esque. I titled it Surf. So I've got this kind of long, stylized, loopy text with some color, vertical. I don't know if I'm gonna go vertical or horizontal. I'm not really sure yet, but I feel like that's pretty freaking sweet, and I've been dying to print it. Hopefully, I can print it soon. So that's kind of what I've been working on. I've been working some other stuff. You know what? How many are? If anyone's still here or is watching afterwards, you know what? This is the benefit of subscribing on YouTube. Is you get to see this kind of stuff. Let's go to this stuff. So I don't have my font, but it's fine. I'm just playing around with this. I don't know if I'm gonna stick with it. I'm going to branch out a little bit. Just in one release, not like a full-time thing, but just I want to do a Michigan release. I want to do a Michigan drop. I feel like our state is really cool. Obviously, I feel like everyone who lives here loves Michigan. I mean, there's so many things to like about the state, but I feel like the state merch is just terrible. I feel like we don't know our identity. So let me backtrack a little bit. This is all stemmed from a trip to Wyoming. And I went to, if you've ever been to Wyoming, you've probably been to Jackson Hole. And you've been to Jackson Hole, there's so many touristy t-shirt shops. And you can go in there and you can kind of pick out the vibe, right? And even if you haven't been there, you can probably guess it's outdoorsy, cowboy, mountain, kind of western. What? I'm trying to film a video. Oh, Rose. Sorry, we're gonna switch cameras. We're gonna see.
Oh, you see Kitty? So
So good. So good. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Anywho, sorry. Oh, you're licking your butt. Okay. Back to what I was saying. But it felt like, to an extent, it all was a cohesive vibe. And I feel like Michigan, as a state, doesn't know its vibe. That's tricky. We've got kind of a lot going on. We've got Lake Michigan. We've got, urban Detroit and Grand Rapids. And up north forests, and then you have the UP, pictured rocks and all this diverse stuff. So I can see why it's a little bit hard to find our vibe. But the only kind of vibes I've seen is TJ Maxx beach vibe, and I could pull up a photo. But you probably know exactly what I'm talking about. It's like the '70s cheesy touristy font, and then you have M43, and they seem like there's no shade to them. They seem like a very successful brand. I don't get the appeal. Everyone seems to love that. I don't really get the appeal in the draw. Long story short, I wanted to design some actually cool Michigan merch. So, none of this is final by any means, but I will show you what I have so far. I think I'm missing some stuff. Yeah, I'm missing one. Missing one of my designs. But anyways, I have one that's like Michigan sucks, and then it's supposed to say, "Please don't come here." I feel like that's kind of like a funny thing to like gatekeep Michigan because people aren't like, "Let's go move to Michigan," but it's really cool. There's a lot of reasons to move here, so it's kind of a mock T-shirt. I don't usually do this style. I don't know if I'm gonna release it. I don't know if it's kind of my brand, my vibe, but you can kind of my font's missing. You can kind of read that. It's kind of like, don't come here unless you want crystal clear, salt free, shark free water, blah blah blah. All that. I'm playing around with something in this vibe, this arena. I can't tell if I like this or not, or if this is cliche. I think there's a couple different vibes. I'm gonna start with three things. I'm gonna do a kind of generic, cool, just something that's cool font. That disappeared, so I can't show that to you. That's pretty much done. And then I want to do a beachy one, but not in the way it has been. But I want it to be focused on, like the lakes, and be kind of like a '90s surf vibe. I've got the concept. I just gotta make it. And then I want to do a woodsy forest one. So something that would look good on camo. Something foresty, something forest themed. I feel like that's a good place to start. So this would be a bit more of like that foresty themed, like Carharty-esque. And then the idea was like you could do this would be the front and then this would be the back. There you go. You can see. You can't tell if it's cool or not, or if I like it, but you can kind of do, for all the different outdoorsy things. So you've just got like the summer green trees because it's just crazy in here. This isn't final, but fall leaves and fall foliage, fishing, and there's a walleye, underrepresented, Lake Michigan, the beach, obviously, all that. That's kind of, and then it can kind of, there's a lot to grow and expand. There's more even I could do. That's kind of the thoughts so far. Still messing around with that, playing around with that, but I'm excited to get those out in the world and actually start using my press. But anyways, that's enough of me babbling. If you're here, thanks for watching. Leave a comment below. I'm gonna go eat dinner.